I have said it so many times before that I almost lost count. How did you lose count? Because the truth is, Timmy, I can't count for more than 10. How pitifully stupid. Now why are we talking about mannequins today? As if you don't know already, let's pretend to be stupid for a second. Both you and me. Maybe I don't have to pretend because I'm natural, but bear with me here because the next video is worth the wait. She, and I'm not talking about my wife, is the lady in the next video. She is the mother of one little cute daughter. How wholesome. Yeah, what is so scary about this mother? It's not her specifically, but rather the daughter. Wait, didn't you say that her daughter was cute? How come she is the one who brings the horror into the house? Are you contradicting yourself again? Take a breath, buddy, and let me continue. Yes, I may have said that. I don't really remember. It's been a couple of long seconds since I was there, but she is not possessing any kind of paranormal activity. Then, what's the problem with her, for God's sake? And you just asked the perfect questions. Congratulations. As the mother was sewing on her disc, here comes little Ima, who will ruin the experience for life. She told the mother, "Mom, I feel like," or as she didn't say I feel like, she was sure that she had noticed or seen something paranormal taking place inside that closet. That mannequin, something is off about it, and we found that she was telling the truth. The mother opened that closet, and here comes the mannequin's face first to the ground. The mother took her daughter and left, and so did I. How creepy. In a different recording, we can see the closet door closing on its own.
Hey guys, just wanted to jump on really quick because I had to stop sewing. My daughter just said that something weird really happened, and we've been experiencing a lot of strange things lately, just different noises and stuff. Don't mind my mannequins, I sew for a living, so. Can you tell Mommy what you just said?
I think there's something underneath the door.
Under the closet door? Oh. Is that what scared you? It's okay. Everything's all right. What?
I'm scared.
Let's go. Come on. Come on.
You know what scared me the most? Nope, and honestly, I know that you don't care much. How rude. But I'll tell you anyway. When the mother asked her daughter what she had seen, the daughter responded, but her lips didn't move. Sometimes, the smallest things could turn out to have the largest dispensing power. In other words, or to phrase it better, sometimes the things you least expect action from could turn out to have the highest intensity. It seems as if this is flowing on your head as something dirty, but in all actuality, I really am referring to something completely different. To make it clearer, and before you start, imagine a scenario that only appears on that orange website and its alternatives. Let's take the next video as an example. I was watching the video expecting the most minimalist paranormal activities to occur, since Shiro usually doesn't do these kinds of videos where too many scary things happen at once in one video. But then I was left shook by the immense amount of activities that did occur. I was left more speechless than I was the day I realized I left the air conditioner on while I was on a vacation, though I have read that this happened to someone, and I'm just taking his story as mine in this example, but whatever. In the next video, we have Shiro, who is investigating a house that doesn't look so abandoned to me. The place is allegedly haunted, and I will agree. It's way more haunted than reported. They said a lady dressed in red was caught making an apparition inside the property, but screw that. That claim falls short in front of everything you will see in the next investigation. The investigation itself kicks in right away, where our guy was looking around when he heard the sound of water flowing, and knowing there are no waterfalls nearby, it must have been the faucet, which he found was turned on somehow. To make matters even worse, once he turned it off, the door right in front of him was opened. Now that was creepy and all, but that was more like the appetizers to the main meal, which means more to come. In one instance, where he had multiple cameras installed in different sections, 2 shadow figures were captured. One had more like the shape of a short dude who appeared in the mirror of the bathroom, while the other figure appeared from behind the door of the kitchen. That one was taller and more intimidating, a 9 out of 10 figure for my own taste. Throughout the investigation, there were many knocks and bangs, and even a faint woman's scream was heard at one point.
ちょっと待ってよ、これ水出るんだ。いや、てかなんでジャージ染まってないんだこれ。いや待ってよ、まだ撮影全然始めたばっかなのに。あ、風？うわ、またライト消えた。めっちゃ気配した。待って、なんだこれ。やばいって。え？なんか臭い。なんかすげえ臭い匂いする。もうとしてる。なんか音してる。あ、回ってる？あ、そう。なんかこれカラカラさっきくなってったんだけどさ、なんか止まりかけてる。あ？こういうこと？あれ？あれ、この電源つかないか。これブレーカーどこだ？なんか電源がすげえロックした。これ電気つかないか。 エアコンだけ通してくれた。そんなことある？ってその電気ついてないのこれ全然。めっちゃ玄関落としたよ。ドアノブの。したよね。ちょっと待って。何？めっちゃ足音する。やばすぎでしょこれは。おお。なんだ今。じゃあ、ありがとうございました。なんでこの中落としてんの？これなんだ？やば。何？もう出るときまでこれ開けてない。何？
If this house is considered abandoned, then my house is deteriorated in comparison. This place is just as clean as a newly wiped mall floor in Dubai. I wonder why it's haunted though, since no context was provided. You could never be more than what you already have become. That's a quotation I just made up right at this moment. But it has a deep meaning if you can find it, because I couldn't. Anyways, this may also refer to the next video, as you can't really try to blend two different experiences at the same time, which Angelo tried to do. The man, who calls himself Angelo, is an explorer/investigator. He usually goes to abandoned places or risky areas to either camp or conduct an investigation. Based on his video titles and thumbnails, somehow, he always lands on something intensely spooky, which takes me to the next one. He decided it's time to pay another visit to a place he once called the haunted satanic cult forest. That's what happens to a man when he drinks too much. He starts making stuff up. But maybe, just maybe, he wasn't making stuff up this time around. As before, he made his way back to this forest. He heard rumors spreading around that this forest had become more like a lobby for those who want to conduct rituals, specific rituals linked with demons and ghosts. So as he headed back to this forest, and while he was looking for the perfect spot to set up his tent, he found some traces that could be hinting at possible rituals that had been done in the area, like burnt sticks, for example. The rumors also mentioned something about his dad. They mentioned something about a shadow figure apparition wandering. While Angelo was still searching for that spot, he also heard some weird and clear sounds, which spooked him. It sounded like someone knocking on these trees. As he finally found the spot inside his tent, he began using the Ouija board, and he received some odd answers. What spooked him the most were the sounds outside his tent, which no one could explain. It was like something or someone was circling around him, but he found no trace of anyone.
You can literally feel them landing. Oh, I saw like a shadow, but I think it was just from my light. Alright, I think we're getting close to our camping spot. Hello, anybody here? So, I figure I might as well take a second and explain what it is that they found here. There was an animal sacrifice done in here, and you're also not going to believe where it was. It was actually at the spot that we were investigating, set up the tent the first time Brad and I decided to camp out here. And yeah, it's kind of spooky. It looked like the area where we constantly find fires. They have no idea who did it. It was reported to the police. From what I know, cleaned up. I couldn't come right away because obviously I was up north on my fishing trip. So that was that. But I'm going to essentially do something really stupid. Like I said, I'm going to play the Ouija board in here. We should be able to get something very interesting and hopefully very direct with the Ouija board.
Carol,
getting a lot of names. Common theme here, apparently. Lots of names.
my family is here.
Whoa, my family is here. Okay. Okay, what the f*** is that? What is that noise? Hello? That was loud. That was definitely not an animal noise. There's no way. I don't see nothing. Hello? For now, let's just get back, set up camp, and we'll see what we get. Oh! What was that? Let me just move back a little bit. What do you mean by equal? Do you want to be treated equally? Is that what you want? Also, I really gotta clean up this tent. It's getting a little gross in here. Is there anything here with me? Oh, I'm feeling something. Like some sort of energy. Yes or no? Is there something here with me? If there is, go to yes. If not, well then don't do anything.
Elijah.
Is there something here with me? 0? What's that supposed to mean? M
Board.
E. And it literally just said board. Why does it keep going at 0? It also sounds like something just walked up to the front of the tent. There's something out there.
Like.
Okay, I'm gonna end the session for a second, okay? I'm closing off the session. What did I just do? I stopped. I don't see anything. It literally walked as it walked. It literally sounded as if
Stacy.
nope, no. That's... I don't know what the that was. I don't know if I want to know what the that was. Okay, somebody tell me what that was. Okay, I'm gonna have to stop the session if you're gonna keep doing this. Not in the actual... No, I'm sorry, but... this needs to stop. This is just getting
Stay here.
Oh. This is getting a little weird. God. What is going on here? Oh my... Okay, what is that? What keeps doing that? I'm telling you right now, something is out there. It sounded like it said don't. Well, I'm gonna look outside. Ooh, that was that sound again. What the... What was that? Okay. I just heard something. Something made a sound in my ear. What?
Him pulling out the knife as if he could defend himself in such a narrow area. I mean, inside the tent. The one outside will clearly have the advantage. Not to mention you can't even tell if it was a real being. It might just be a ghost. A guy whom we will call Carlos, just for the sake of making this easier on both you and me. So, what is the story of this Carlos dude? Carlos who? I have never heard of that guy in my life, and you might think this is once again another one of my corny so-called jokes, but in reality, it isn't. We really have no information about Carlos. He is a mystery, he is a myth. Is he a legend too? Nope, but he is an investigator. How did you know that? He could be just an ordinary, regular dude who decided to explore an abandoned motel all by himself and document his experience for the people. Well, before I answer your question, allow me to ask you, how did you know he was investigating a motel? That's what was written on the screen. And regarding your question about him being an investigator, based on his reactions, there is no way this isn't like a hobby to him. He kept his composure down to the last trip till the very end. He wasn't backing up at all, no matter what these ghosts threw at him. And I mean that literally. Calm down, dude. We understand how brave he was. You don't have to overhype the guy. My apologies, but it seems like these medical pills have some side effects, and they began to kick in. In all seriousness though, I meant what I said, no matter what they threw at him. They threw a chop from the ceiling. They did that twice. The ghosts were not joking around. They were having a party as the ceiling was shaking.
¿A dónde? ¿Dónde? Arriba, escuchen, escuchen. Pero es adentro, loco. ¿A dónde? ¡Ah! Bestia, loco. Puta. Fue puta. Fue la gran puta. La sangre de Cristo tiene poder. Es que aquí está concentrado todo. Prácticamente todo está concentrado acá. ¡Ah! No te tengo miedo. Escuché algo como que estaban rasguñando. ¡Va, pues! ¿Qué querés? Arriba. Oigan, loco, oigan. Como una cara, miren. Va pues, ¿qué pegas? Como que anduviera corriendo algo o caminando bastante fuerte. Dentro. ¿A quién están engañando?
It was only at the very end when Carlos started breaking character and breathing heavily. It took some work, but it paid off quite well at the very end. I feel like I'm talking about some hard work. Never in your life forget where you started, but that wasn't what I intended to say. Oh, that was, never in your life forget what you have done in the past. If you ever had a one-night stand, or maybe you have once dated a lady and ended up in the same bed, you should always remember what you have done there. You don't want to come out in the end and say, I'm hearing voices of children that I don't have. Now, in all seriousness, the next video shares an experience of someone who isn't a dad, or at least that's what he said, who owns multiple pets. Now the question remains, what does that have to do with my introduction? Well, hear me out. The guy was once alone in the house when he began hearing voices. The problem is that he was completely alone if you exclude his cats, and since the voices as he heard them were human-like and his cats don't have any special talent to perform such voices, he either was hallucinating or something sinister is with him in the house. So he brought up his phone and began recording. He headed to where he believed the voices were coming from, which was the basement of the house. Once he reached the door and opened it, it happened. The voices were echoing towards him, and it sounded exactly like a child laughing, or maybe crying. I don't have kids either, so I don't know. In that moment, the man realized he was dealing with a mimic ghost.
All right, I'm home alone, and I am hearing a little kid laughing in the basement, and I do not have children. This is freaking me out. Yeah, you do hear it too? Go. Man, I'll try to go down there. Oh, God, let's see if we hear it. Goodness gracious. Do you hear that? Oh my God, that's freaky. I don't have children. And I'm home alone. My fiance just went with her sister to the mall. Don't hear it anymore now. Goodness gracious.
There was some guy in the comments section of the video who said there was an orb towards the end of the video, which I didn't notice, but who cares? When you hear such creepy voices, set aside orbs and watch. Let's talk about Kitty. And who is that? Kitty is the owner of a house, and this house is hers. So we understand that she has money. Forget about her money for a second. Unfortunately, we won't have any of it, but what we will have are bills to pay this month. And of course, some paranormal activity, so let's talk about it before I go to sleep. We start in the bathroom, and why the bathroom? Because it's usually the dirtiest place in the house, which means it's the best place for a demon to stay in. And if you know Satan, then you have sold your soul to him. In that case, you know that he loves places where we do the dirty one. But I have never seen a bathroom like this one. Never in my life have I seen a bathroom that looks better than a deluxe bedroom. Heck, it looks 10 times better than my own bedroom. In this freaking room, we can see orbs flying and one of the drawers opening on its own. Kitty even had to make a special video just to respond to people who were calling her out for saying there are orbs in her house. They said it was just dust, but she denied it and kept defending her orbs. She even went so far she almost called dust a myth. When she hears the word dust, she is like feminists when they hear the word men. They completely lose their shit. At night, Kitty has a drunk doll inside a box. Something hanging from the ceiling was swinging. If you find a name for that thing, I will give you whatever you ask for, if I can afford it. At the end, even her Google Assistant device was trying to scam her at night by sending her links to click on. The paranormal activity is getting more advanced lately.
Hey guys, I'm in the laundry room, and a lot of you know we hung the wind chimes down in the basement the other day. We've been hearing them off and on, and I'm down here alone and I just heard them. They're moving. And there's an orb. They're moving.
Voice, as the qualities, should they stick, could commingle to create a strong, decent man. To find out more, look for the link in your Google Home or Google Assistant app.
What the fuck? We're literally laying in bed and we heard Google going off and there's nobody out here. What the fuck? Hey guys, I'm in here again. Just put some clothes in the dryer. I have all the lights on because I get freaked out when I'm down here alone, but I heard something coming from, I think it was the bathroom. It sounded like something slid or maybe like a knocking sound or something like that. It sounded creepy. Oh my god. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. There's nobody in here, guys. It's just me. Literally just me. Okay, upstairs I go. Bye-bye. Hi guys, I just wanted to record. Try to stand here even though I'm scared to death. This is the downstairs bathroom. I just come out of the laundry room. I thought I heard something moving here. Jamie's upstairs doing some woodworking. And look at this. There's that strange, bubbly mist that sometimes forms in this bathroom. And it feels very cold. The hair on the back of my neck is prickled. Hello? Is there anybody here? Okay, I'm done. Okay, here's a part 2 to the video I just posted previously. I came back down to put my clothes in the dryer and it's gone. So for those of you saying, oh, you need a Roomba, it's dust. Don't you think if it was dust, it would continuously be dusty and it would still be doing that? Same room. No dust, no orbs, no nothing now. It was not dust. This, I don't know, it's like jelly-like material that kind of floats in the air and it's kind of misty and it does it once in a while, but not always. Is there anybody here? Hello? Can somebody talk to me if you're here or move something? I don't know. Whatever that was, definitely was not dust. There's no dust. No dust floating in the air at all.
I don't understand how she was able to identify what an orb is. I mean, how did she know about its texture? And since when has there been a pink orb? Amoroso is back with more new clips, or more like I'm back to him with old clips that I haven't featured yet. The guy who was dealing with a ghost knocking at his door after midnight turns out to have way more up his sleeve, this sneaky one. And I'm here referring to the ghost haunting Amoroso's house. Like imagine waking up after midnight because you heard some sounds downstairs. You stand up and decide to man it up once and for all, end all this misery, fight these demons, and kick them back to where they come from. But what if where they came from was the same place they are haunting? That leaves you with the question, what if I'm the intruder to them, not the other way around? That's why Amoroso went downstairs to erase the confusion and get this over with. When he finally got down there, he realized that there was nothing and no one. As expected, the activity also stopped, but it was all a bait for what's to come. On the rocking chair, where it was really dark, he noticed what sent him back to his bedroom and postponed the negotiations for another day. It was pitch black, but after enhancing the brightness, it was revealed that what spooked the man was nothing else than a shadow figure the size of a grown man sitting on that rocking chair. The rocking chair that was caught later on a different night, rocking back and forth on its own. That very night, Amoroso found the fan and the TV turned on their own. In the last clip taken from a static camera, it was seen that a toy car was speeding without anyone controlling it, while a teddy bear fell from the couch.
Hace unos días, amigos, puse una cámara en la sala de nuestra casa, ya que como ustedes saben sufrimos mucho de actividad paranormal. Y bueno, realmente necesitábamos esa cámara. Y a partir de que hemos estado monitoreando mucho nuestra sala, hemos estado captando decenas de cosas similares a lo que van a ver. Todos esos juguetes, amigos, son de mi hijo pequeño. De hecho, la cámara de enfrente de nuestro negocio ya grabó otro carrito igual a ese, moviéndose. Y eso que era un poquito más temprano. Vean los orbes cómo pasan frente a la cámara. Eso es un punto bastante paranormal. De hecho, aquí lo escribo para que presten atención cuántos orbes no pasan en ese rato, amigos, solamente de ese fragmento de video. En el sillón, ese es un osito de peluche. Vean cómo se empieza a mover. Y eso es solamente un fragmento en minutos, amigos. Creo que ese video tarda como aproximadamente 20 minutos, pero eso fue un lapso de 20 minutos o 30 minutos, no sé con exactitud, pero para que sepan que no pasó todo de golpe, van pasando por momentos. Vean cómo aquí el muñeco gira completamente. Eso me dejó helado, amigos. Eso explica, creo que tanta actividad, todo lo que estamos pasando. Pero ahí se están escuchando sonidos como golpes de los trastes, amigos, en la cocina. Y vean aquí prestando bastante atención cómo se ve esa figura. No sé qué forma le ven a esa figura, amigos, pero ahí se logró ver algo y ahorita se ve un poquito más claro. Vean, ustedes díganme en el comentario qué creen que sea. Díganme qué forma ven ustedes, amigos. Vean muy claro, amigos. Se acaba de ir la luz. Se acaba de ir la luz, no lo puedo creer. Solo eso me faltaba. Oh, no. Siendo casi las 3 de la mañana, se están escuchando ruidos en la parte de abajo de la casa. La verdad pensaría que se metieron, pero estoy seguro que no. Buenas noches. Buenas noches.
Las reglas de la moda cambiaron. Hay una nueva mirada sobre los cuerpos, la edad, las identidades de género, el lujo.
¿Ya vieron el sillón?
Sobre tu cuerpo nunca me sentí
a los 9 años. They all love me, but they want me to lose weight. Tienen como una propia cárcel.
¿Qué pasa cuando nos sacamos todo? ¿Qué quieras? ¿Te animas a divertirte?
Desvestida, la moda pasó de moda. Todos los domingos, 10 de la
Se estaba moviendo, lo juro por Dios.
por Star Channel.
Cada vez empeora más esto. Sea lo que seas, no perteneces aquí. No sé qué quieras. Vete de aquí, por favor.
If I were to see a figure that big sitting right there, like some dude who has taken loans from the bank and can't afford to pay them, I would definitely burn that chair down to its last sawdust. According to the source, the boy in the next video is possessed by a demon who came out of a video game. How stupidly terrifying. But it's true. Did you see some of these video games on the deep web? They look as if some member of a satanic secret organization has made the game, or maybe just some lunatic atheist who used his skills to create a terrifying experience. But the game here is called Free Fire. Upon searching, I found that the game looked too childish to be even considered cursed. But what do I know? Anyway, the boy is possessed and needs to be fixed as fast as possible. Fixed? I thought he was a human, not a machine. I thought that too. A small conversation took place between the boy and the so-called priest before the session started, talking about the video game, I think, and the demon who is in control of the boy. But as the session began, I was asking questions while also having goosebumps. I was like, why did the voice of that boy turn adulty all of a sudden? And it's rough too. I knew the demon inside of him would be the one speaking in that moment, but that was too high to be dubbed. It turned out the priest was the one making that voice. He was too invested in the mood. He was talking as if he were in some enemy show.
¿Y por qué no quieres salir de su cuerpo?
Porque es aquí.
Aleluya, papá.
Ahora vas a salir.
No.
Santo eres.
¿Cómo es tu nombre, espíritu inmundo?
Santo Dios.
No te voy a avisar.
Aleluya.
Escúchame.
Maravilloso eres, Padre.
No está hablando el niño. Está hablando el espíritu malo dentro de él. Para que la gente crea, porque los niños creen hoy en día que están jugando Free Fire. El Free Fire es tuyo, ¿no?
Sí. Señor.
¿Creado por quién?
Por el diablo. Por mí.
Por ti.
Sí.
¿Pero de dónde salió eso?
De mí.
Padre.
Tú le entraste al niño.
Sí.
No es el niño, tú eres, ¿sí o no? ¿Cómo te llamas, espíritu inmundo ahora?
No te voy a decir.
Vas a decirme, yo tengo autoridad, Señor Jesucristo, para que salga ahora.
No.
Vas a salir ahora.
No, no.
¿Qué pasa? ¿Qué pasa? ¿Qué pasa? Ahora, en el nombre de Jesús.
No.
Suéltale.
No.
Santo eres, Señor.
¿Alguien me puede filmarle?
Santo eres, amado.
¿Alguien puede filmar?
No voy a salir.
Aleluya, papá.
¿Alguien filma? Bonito, bonito,
Padre,
bonito.
Padre Todopoderoso. Maravilloso.
¿Por qué no quieres salir de su cuerpo?
Santo eres.
Si es niño desobediente.
¿Tú no quieres salir de su cuerpo?
No.
Ahora vas a salir.
Hazlo con fuego, por favor, no. Por favor, no, hazlo allí.
En mis manos, ¿qué sientes?
Santo eres Dios, tengo miedo.
Ahora
Sí.
te vas a meter.
¡No!
¡Suéltale! ¡Te vas a ir ahora!
¡No!
¡Suéltale!
¡No!
¡Suéltale! Mira tu derrota, espíritu inmundo ahora. ¡Suéltale a este niño ahora! ¡Fuera, espíritu inmundo! ¡Suéltale! ¡Espíritu inmundo! ¡Fuera de este cuerpo! ¡Suéltale! 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 Espíritu inmundo, grita tu terror ahora. ¡Sal! Gloria, gloria, sí. ¡Suéltame! 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 ¡Fuera! ¿Qué vas a irte? ¿Qué vas a irte? Yo tengo la autoridad de meter el cuerpo. ¿Tú me conoces? No, yo no voy a sacarte, pero el Señor me dio autoridad para hacerte fuera, y en vivo te va a sacarte ahora. No me interesa quién rango eres.
No, yo no quiero estar allí ardiendo. Tengo miedo porque están muchos.
Tú por él te metiste.
Sí.
Tú vives en los cuerpos.
Sí.
Te amo. Eres mi papá. ¿Cómo te llamas?
Lucifer.
Lucifer no va a hacer nada, porque ya acá ángel del Señor.
No, Lucifer.
¿Cuántos ángeles ves?
¿Ángeles?
¿Cuántos ángeles, Señor, ves aquí a mis costados?
Hay muchos. Tengo miedo.
No vas a resistir, ellos me cuidan a mí.
No te cuides. Yo les voy a derrotar.
¡Ahora! ¡Te vas a ir, espíritu inmundo!
¡No!
¡Suéltale! ¡Te vas a irte! En el nombre de Jesús, en el nombre de Jesús, gloria. Hay poder en ti, Señor Jesucristo. En el nombre tuyo, ¡suéltale! ¡Suéltale ahora! Espíritu inmundo. Te vas a ir. No te vas a esconder tampoco, ¿eh? Tienes que decir. ¿Qué crees? ¡Sale de este cuerpo! ¡Fuera ahora! ¡Suéltale ahora! En el nombre de Jesús. Un niño fue liberado por el poder del Espíritu Santo. Gloria sea tu nombre. Sea libre. Sea libre. ¿No te has dado cuenta?
No.
Baja su volumen, baja su volumen.
¿Qué hago?
Baja su volumen un ratito.
¿Qué hago?
¿Qué te ha pasado?
Nada.
¿Te quemaba?
I can at least consider the last video to be the closest to realism in this lang list. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not so proud of this one, but hey, not every day I can find good clips while also trying to keep the rhythm of this channel with something watchable in this niche. Have you ever felt touched? Not emotionally, I'm not asking about your feelings for someone or something, I'm talking supernaturally. Let me make this easy for you. Let's say you're sitting on the bench alone, and it's late at night. The moon is huge and beautiful, and I might just make this longer than expected. Let's say you're alone in the house, no one is around you, and then all of a sudden, you feel like something has touched you. Usually, you might think to yourself, this could be just imagination, it's all in your head. But then that feeling increases, and it repeats, you will be spooked in no time. And that's how Jeff was feeling throughout the next investigation, which takes place in one of the most haunted places in the UK. And to be honest, the Ghost Tech Paranormal team doesn't always offer an intense amount of poltergeist activity during their videos. I'm saying that as if they are to be blamed for it, but this next video does have a lot to show, and I mean it. A little history about this place. Inglefield Hall, built in 1880, originally served as a temperance hall, offering non-alcoholic beverages to local workers. Over the years, it functioned as a shelter during both WWs and later became a primary school before falling into disrepair. In 1990, it was restored and now serves as a social club and venue. The hall is rumored to be haunted, with reports of shadow figures, voices, footsteps, and a child hiding in a cupboard. An alleged spirit of a cat is also said to roam the building. You see, after all these rumors, you may expect at least one of them to be true. Unfortunately for both Jeff and Phil, all of them turned out to be true. The place is filled to the core with paranormal activity. Jeff was being picked on by the ghost so much that Phil got curious, or more like, got jealous because he might have felt like the protagonist's sidekick friend, that he had to ask the spirits why they were picking on Jeff. They grabbed and scratched his leg as he described, touched his shirt, walked towards him aggressively with their walking footsteps, and even did something I couldn't explain to him, but he was caught running. Not to mention the silhouette. Even though it was windy outside, you could still tell when these ghosts were causing activity.
We lock down the building, and Phil and I start to set up the equipment for the investigation. Whilst Phil is upstairs, I am down in the main hall when I hear loud noises come from nearby.
Phil? Was that you? Phil?
That was something that moved. But I don't know where. It's not Phil because he's upstairs. Noises from the stage area, Phil.
Yeah.
There was knocking.
Yeah, definitely. There wasn't the wind.
You hear the noises?
Yep.
Noises from the stage area, Phil.
Yeah.
Hold on, Phil. Someone was speaking. As I got just down there, I could hear someone speaking. I would say it was a man's voice. I don't know if it was for me or if it. That was from upstairs. And that was loud. It was like a man whispering. I don't know if it was for me or if it.
Is there anybody here who frequented this establishment at that time? Okay, there's a knock behind you. Apparently, originally, this was known as the Victoria. Am I correct in that assumption? Tell me what it was like in here. Was that you, Jeff?
No.
Okay, there was 3 knocks there. Thank you. Could you come over and stand? Did you just see something go across there?
Seems to be where that cupboard is.
Talk to me about what it was like. I can hear you knocking.
Where's that coming from, Phil?
I don't know, it's around.
I thought it was behind me. Whilst Phil and I are on the ground floor, the door to room 3 opens and closes by itself.
There would have been a lot of countryside around, because although we're pretty close to London, the outskirts of London would have been a lot greener. Did people walk? You're right.
Why you shut the laugh out of me?
What was it?
I kid you not, it felt like a cat rubbed the back of my legs. You know where it does like a...
Yeah?
Who is that lady? Are you a teacher? From during the war? Can you do that even louder? You're one of the original owners? When this was a cafe called the Victoria?
You're right.
Did you work here when this was a hotel, a temperance hotel? So I gather that if this was a temperance hotel where they... What's the matter, Phil?
It's movement from the roof.
You okay?
Yeah.
We approach room 3 on the 2nd floor, and as I go to reach out to open the door, it slams shut by itself.
The door just moved, didn't it?
Yep.
Yeah, I saw it. I heard it.
I just went to...
Yeah, I know.
I didn't even get my hand on it.
What?
Put that down, Phil. Put that down. Put it down. Grab that.
The sound of someone walking comes towards me from the main hall area. Can you make a noise again? Like you did earlier, please. Someone's walking.
Who are you? Hello? Whoa.
Is there a reason why you've picked on Jeff tonight? There's a noise coming from down there. On the stairs.
Our static cam in the main hall captures a shadow figure moving down the far corridor.
If I remember correctly, a while ago, there were some clips that were shown here in this investigation that I have featured because I think the video is a compilation of their previous investigations in this place. This next video gives you one more reason why you shouldn't camp in wild areas alone. Not because a partner would really give you a lift up, but at least he could be sacrificial bait if you face some kind of monster where he could buy you enough time to find a way out. And if you think I'm over-exaggerating, then think again. Once you watch the next clip and put yourself in his position, you will wish you had a partner in his situation. The guy seems to be camping in an RV. And I don't think he had someone with him, but he noticed something odd deep in the dark. Something that looks nothing like a human, and based on his body shape, it's not a wild animal either. Glowing eyes between the trees, staring the man down. Not that long after the stare down, the figure completely vanished in the dark. Almost like it teleported from its place. The guy couldn't tell what this freaky figure was and called it a skinwalker.
Alright, no lie. I'm on my back porch. I heard something stomping in the woods. Something huge. Why is it coming closer? I have no idea what this is. It's like right up here. I'm not gonna lie. I'm a little freaking spooked right now. I'm not afraid of you. Show yourself. I stood my ground. I saw your eyes. The eyes were not visible. I couldn't see anything. I had my flashlight on. I couldn't see anything. This thing is big. I'm not that high off the ground, but I'm high enough to where I thought it couldn't attack me until I saw how high its eyes were. There it is. Sounds like it's walking up here. I don't know if you can hear this. I'm trying to be quiet. Alright, no lie. I'm on my back porch. I heard stomp.
That's definitely more like a shape-shifting djinn figure to me, and before you jump on me with rage, skinwalkers, as they are called, are actually djinns. They just have different names. Just like ghosts, it's an adjective that also describes a djinn. These things are creepy, but that's of course if this wasn't staged, but based on the guy's reaction, it seems genuine. What doesn't seem genuine to me is you, who haven't subscribed or watched the next video on screen yet.